Let's take a couple of minutes here and talk about pointers and arrays. Pointers and arrays, and remember that an array is an assembly of all the same type of data, all characters, all integers, all longs, all the time. No other types can get slipped in there when you make up an array. Here we have an example of a character array that is 12 positions long, 0 through 11, down here, 12 characters. Right next to it, we're also going to create, this is a standard C statement, an expression. We make a character A of 12, comma, a pointer called P, and this will be a character pointer, it has an asterisk there, and our initialization sets P equal to the address of A sub 0, which is this first byte right here. Now we could have just as easily said in this definition that P is equal to A and left off the address of sub 0, because that's what A is. When we created an array, A references the address of element 0, of the 0th element, the first element. Then, after this statement is performed, these are equivalent. Contents of P is the same as A sub 0, which is an H. Contents of P plus 1 is the same as A plus 1. And really, in the compiler, when you use A plus 1, it is changed into contents of a pointer plus 1. These brackets go away before the compiler gets a hold of the code. So this is what's really happening in here. We have to use the parentheses because of the relationship of the asterisk and the addition so that we get the right form here, that we get what we wanted. We don't take the value out of here and add 1 to it. We want to add 1 to the pointer and then dereference it, get the contents of the pointer incremented by 1. So we can use this, and obviously we can use variables and other things in here, not just these literal numbers, to work our way up and down an array. And it is legal if you set P up here someplace to use negative numbers and work your way backward down the array. So these are array subscripts down here, and these are pointers with integers added to them to also cause them to subscript the array, to go up and down the array. This will be faster in the code because the code is able to optimize itself to make better decisions if you use this sort of subscript. But it's just as good. We're working on pretty fast machines now, so it's okay to use bracket 0 bracket or bracket with a variable in there to work your way up and down an array. So pointers and arrays are tightly coupled together because a pointer is doing the same thing as an array name and subscript. And any array subscript operation like this, as we say, can be performed with pointers more quickly, but it can be a little bit harder to read. Now, one thing you cannot do is you cannot set this value, A. You can't change it because it is actually in the code. It's a constant, and it is a constant that refers to the address of this 0th element. So if you want to deal with the address of it, you need to make a fresh pointer and set the value of this address into that pointer so that you can dereference it and work with it as a pointer. But you can't go setting that A to something else because that would point it off of the memory, off into space someplace, and this thing would be sitting there, this sequence of characters would be sitting alone in memory with no way of finding it and getting back to it. So that's the coupling between pointers and arrays.